Hi everybody, Coach Susan here with Big on Results Coaching. I help people that are in transition or stuck to live a life of joy and prosperity. And I'm here for your Manifestation Monday video on the topic of circumstance. Have you ever felt held back because you have a particular circumstance, this particular situation, or these set of details? This circumstance, you say, wow, if I could have done that if I had a different circumstances. Under different circumstances, well, that person's circumstance. Well, what about the reality of circumstance? Is where you are right now your perceived reality of circumstance? Do you feel that you are stuck in your current circumstance? Did you know that there's an option to get out of your circumstance? Did you know, or were you aware that you can change it all? You don't have to remain in a set of circumstances. Circumstances aren't dealt out like a deck of cards. Circumstances are those things and those details of situations then which happen to us. But we have that element and we have that flexibility to change it all. So when we have these circumstances, we can evaluate it and we could look at it and be like, I don't like those circumstances. I don't like that at all. I want some different circumstances. You don't want to be perceived as that person. Well, they did good in their life under the circumstances. What's that about? You don't have to be there. Wouldn't you rather the perception to be like, that person changed their life. They were experiencing this, and now this is their life here. So don't allow things to be, this is a circumstance I have to deal with. Everything is fluid. Everything is movable. All energy can be moved over here or it could be moved over here. It is all doable to move that situation that's perceived as a circumstance. So decide for yourself, are you labeled in a particular way? Are you the one that's doing the labeling? So when you have this perceived circumstance, you get to decide for yourself, do I like it? Do I want to keep it? Do I want to be known by that? And what does that have to do with my future? We could look at so many people throughout history that had a circumstance, but it was the high achievers that pushed through that. And by the way, everybody's a high achiever if you choose to be. It's a choice. So those individuals that had a circumstance happen to them, whether it was poverty, abuse in their family, or maybe even a war situation, where it had a situation where it appeared that they would never be able to rise up from the ashes or to have that element of phoenix. It may have appeared that they had a circumstance, but they proved and they showed everybody they weren't going to be defined by that. They elected and decide to change that situation, to change that circumstance. So how about creating a new circumstance for yourself, if you want to call it that way? But we're full of options. We're full of opportunities. It's all within us already. So we have to ascertain and to decide for ourselves, are we going to go for it? Are we going to let life dictate to us because we have a circumstance? Do you think that maybe there's times that you or other people might hide behind the circumstance? Well, if I just hide right here, if I just hide here, then I won't have to live up to my potential. But guess what? When you do that, you're also denying yourself your purpose. So when we have that circumstance and we're hiding behind it, not wanting anybody to recognize something from us, or not wanting anybody to require or to expect anything beyond what we've illustrated to them, that's a low vibrational life. So determine to decide for yourself, do I want more? Because if you do, change your circumstance. It doesn't have to be called a circumstance. You could see your circumstance as an opportunity or as an obstacle, but something that can be overcome. Be that overcomer and don't be defined by your circumstance. We all have things that are adverse that happen to us. Things that if we choose to live in will just keep us the life we've been stuck in. But see it as a transitional basis, as it's something that you experience. But there's something greater and beyond your circumstance that is of high value and high benefit. Whenever we are congruent with what our thought process is and we align it with what our purpose is, magic. So don't define yourself as a set of circumstances. And don't allow others to perceive it as well. It's your choice on how you want to present yourself and how you want to be authentic and live in those ways and not be defined by your past. Remember, your past just passed. It was 1 minute ago. So current time and present, it's a whole different thing. The opportunities right now. Nobody knows if tomorrow's going to come or what that future may be. But changing your mindset and how you perceive things and how you see yourself is completely for you to do. Just got to decide to do it. Do not be defined by your circumstance. Do not hide behind your past circumstance. Today is to be written today. If you need help with putting it all together and maybe realizing those things that you've been hiding behind, please reach out to me. I'm Coach Susan with Big On Results Coaching, and I want you to have a whole different set of circumstance. The ones of victory, love, high vibration, prosperity, you name it. That can be your new set of circumstances. Until next Monday.